Hi, my name is Yaneli Fonseca, and this is my Synthesis of Fragrant Esters labs for Chem 115. So I have marked the 3 small test tubes with numbers 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to place 4 drops of acetic acid into each of the test tubes. Now I'm going to place 5 drops of methanol into test tube 1. 5 drops of ethanol into test tube 2. 5 drops of isoamyl alcohol into test tube 3 with the small pipette. And 2 drops of sulfuric acid into each test tube. Now we're going to swirl them. I have now filled a 100 milliliter glass beaker with approximately 50 milliliters of hot tap water, and I'm going to put it on the burner stand and bring it to a boil. Now that the water is boiling, we're going to go ahead and take it off of the burner. Now that the water is off the burner, we're going to place the 3 test tubes with the acid alcohol mixtures into the beaker and let them stand for 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes, and we're going to remove the test tubes from the hot water and put them back on the test tube rack. Now we're going to put 20 drops of water from the pipette into each of the tubes. Okay, and we're going to agitate them a little bit. Now it's time to see what each scent is. So I'm going to go ahead and swirl test tube 1 again and try to waft the smell. And it kind of smells like berries. Let's try test tube 2. Test tube 2 smells kind of citrusy, like maybe an orange. And test tube 3 smells kind of like pineapples. Moving on to part 2 of the experiment, I have labeled the test tubes 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to put 4 drops of butyric acid into test tubes 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to put 5 drops of methanol into test tube 4. Sorry, that was methanol. 5 drops of ethanol into test tube 5. Five drops of isoamyl alcohol into test tube 6. And 2 drops of sulfuric acid into each test tube. The next step is to tare the scale and measure 0.2 grams of salicylic acid. Now that we've carefully measured out the 0.2 grams of salicylic acid, we're going to transfer it into test tube 7. Okay. And we're also going to put 6 drops of methanol into test tube 7. And now that that's in, we're going to swirl it. We're also going to add 2 drops of sulfuric acid into test tube 7. And we're going to swirl it again. And since we have our 100 milliliter beaker filled up to the 50 milliliter line with hot tap water, we're going to bring the water to a boil. The water has been brought to a boil, so we're going to go ahead and remove it. Remove the beaker from the flame. Now that the beaker has been removed from the flame, we're going to place test tubes 4, 5, and 6 into the hot water and let them sit for 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes that the test tubes have been in the hot water, and we're going to go ahead and remove them. We're going to take some of that hot water and we're going to put it into the, after it stabilizes, into the test tubes. We're going to put 20 drops into each. Okay. Now we're going to swirl them and see what they smell like. Test tube 4 has like a salty smell. It almost smells like when you add too much salt to red meat. Test tube 5. Oh, test tube 5 has a very good smell. It smells like cherries. Let's see, test tube 6. It smells like rum, like an alcoholic drink. And test tube 7. Doesn't really have a smell. Test tube 7 doesn't really smell like anything.